Technical difficulties.
I hope stream won't stop.
Yeah, the stream is on, but the sound is off.
There we go. That should fix
Okay.
things. Very loud, but there we go.
Is
So
there sound?
there we
Can
go.
I talk?
There's people. Yeah, they can hear us now. Here's what happened.
Okay.
Because
Hello.
I just start over. Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin. Things fell apart. I didn't have an overlay. I also didn't have the sound set up, so it took me a little while to put that back together. So super oversimplified overlay today, but
You're doing great, Kevin.
Nonetheless, three amazing people have agreed. Sound has been unlocked. Yes, three amazing people have agreed to come and play with me tonight. Bro, tell us what you're doing when you're not here.
I'm trying to live my life, but another thing that I do here is I play in a cyberpunk red game, Carnage Heights. For now, we are on hiatus because life happens and stuff happens, and we don't always have the strength to game. And lately, I've been watching the YouTube archives of the wonderful Buffy game here under the 20 Gaming, and it's very, very fun. Grave No Words. It's very, very fun, and I think all of you should watch it if you didn't do it yet. It's very fun and enjoyable, and Kevin is a producer there, so
I am, and actually, this is the perfect time if you want to start binge watching it. They just did their final episode, and the epilogue is upcoming. So
amazing.
You can pop in there and see that anytime on the YouTube channel.
That's all from me.
Okay, that'll do. That's plenty. Next, we're gonna go with. Let's go with Kalina. I know there's been some stresses in your world, but what have you been playing lately? And I'll just read what you write. It says, "Hello, everyone. I'm here again." And then, is that eyebrows? Is that what the double upward V thing is? Recently, you managed to overcome the Elden Ring DLC. That is an accomplishment. That is brutal. Finished your journey
Bravo.
there. Yeah. Final boss was, yeah, you can swear here. It's an 18 plus channel. It was an absolute nightmare. But somehow you won. Well, congratulations. That is not an easy thing. Now you don't have anything to play? Oh, any proper plan in place for streaming? Yep. So you're just drifting. Yep, drifting between games. There is nothing wrong with that. I keep telling people this isn't network TV. You do whatever you want. So Warframe and yeah, your last streamed game, Pokemon Unite. Which you don't, you'll stream again. Yeah. Every once in a while, I find a game like that too. I think this will work, and then you play it, and it's like, yeah, it works, but not for streaming. But thank you. And make sure you put your, it's already in there. Karis is way ahead of you. They've popped in your link in the chat, so thank you for that. Which brings us around the table to, dun, 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 dun. Let me hit the button. Bam. All right, the link is up in chat. Playing Scarlet for us this evening, Janet. Welcome to the game, and I popped up your link for your Twitch channel. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. Hi, I'm streaming for now, mostly gaming conference related stuff, but soon I want some games to stream. I just not choose yet what game.
Oh, that's again like we were just saying. That's the hardest part. But yeah, pop in, click on those links if you're here and watching, and give them a couple clicks. It doesn't take any. Yeah.
To play.
Yes, the hardest question in the world. What do I want to play? And the bigger your library is, the harder that gets. Sorry,
there's some games I want, but at some time I'm afraid they will be boring, or will be people come mean comments.
Yep.
Right.
Oh,
Just
it's,
So-
try to play whatever suits your fancy.
but I do know, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes, you like I said earlier, you find a game and you think I want to stream this, and you stream it, and you think this is not. It's just something that's just not right. It's just not working. But I know, because we have like 4 years of experience proving it that this that we're about to do works. Yeah, between the bot issues and the monetization, yeah. You know what? Let's forget all about Twitch, except for the fact that we're on it. So,
Yeah.
but other
Hello,
than that,
Twitch.
let's
We love you.
let's just have some fun. Oh, you were talking about something else. Oh, Unite. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
but for example, I like strategic games,
Hmm.
and I'm scared they could be boring to
Oh,
watch.
tell me about it. One of my favorite games in the whole world is Axis and Allies, but it takes 12 hours to play a game, so nobody is going to watch me for 12 hours. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do something here that's going to last a couple hours. Let's play our game because we're kind of at an interesting point. You guys beat fair straight up skill points alone, beat a blue dragon and two of its offspring. You didn't just beat him, you whooped him. There was very little damage to you guys except for one very short lived death, but they came back almost right away, so it hardly counts. Uh, not even enough to write a song about it, right, Aria? But um, at the end of that battle, as always, you went back to the tower. And you were sort of waiting, I presume, for things to change. But as you walked in, things had changed, but not the outside world, the inside. In particular, there are three large, ornate chests on the floor in the main room. Those three chests are clearly for the three of you. The color schemes match. Right? It's really, really obvious. Eric is standing specifically just behind Scarlet's chest, arms crossed on his big froggy chest, grinning like he knows something. I saw some typing. Yep, Zedna. It doesn't count as death unless they
I'm
fail all three
thinking,
saves.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
he didn't even get a chance to make one.
Scarlet is thinking
Yep,
if she could take from one of skeleton's skull of baby dragon and
absolutely. Yep.
let skeletons to open dress because she's scared this could be mimic or something monster
Right.
inside.
And I also remember you guys gathered some dragon bits and pieces, some
Yeah. Because
armor.
one
You
of
made
the
you made some
werewolves
stuff out of it. Yeah,
went away.
Skeletons
yeah,
they are bringing
yeah.
to tower.
So you've dragging all that back as well. Makes
But
perfect sense.
We
Yeah.
are
Scarlet,
dragging the dragons.
Dragon
but,
dragons. Yeah.
but Scarlet don't trust open to trust because in her world there's monsters inside trust
Yeah.
or mimic.
Yeah.
So she sent skeletons to open
Okay.
one of
I love
skeletons.
it. You send one of your skeletons up. Eric, as they get close, Eric looks at you and smiles and says, "That's not going to work. It has to be you, my dear. But don't worry. I know it's not trapped." And he pats it with his hand. He says, "I'll take that for you." And he starts grabbing all of your bones and bits and pieces that you took from the dragon. He says, "I'll put it in the dungeon with the rest, shall I?"
But give me back skull.
And he hands it back to you. Yes, of course, of course. Um,
Thank you.
why don't I take this to the basement, and then when I come back up, we can open this one. And he pats it again together. Meanwhile, the other two of you,
Okay.
yeah. Meanwhile, the other two, help yourselves. Who wants to go first?
Scarlet, when Eric is the basement, she went to her room first to put a skull on desk,
Okay,
and she went back.
Zedna, maybe you should
perfect.
go
Okay,
first.
thank you.
Ario is trying to not hack the scene too much.
Oh, we're gonna go around the table on this one. So, Zedna, if you want to go first, clearly your chest is sitting there on the floor. Sigh of relief. It's clearly from your patron. It's obvious all day long that you were listened to for a change. And just lightly kick the chest to open it. Yeah, so bump dunk to pop up the top. It opens up. What is because out of character, above the table, however you want to phrase it. You guys chose some magic items over the last since we've last played. So Zetna, what do you find inside your chest? The first item is the oh yes, the armor of agility. Uh, Pretty much exactly what it says. It's half plate, but you can basically dance in it. Right? So a big bonus to your AC. Yeah. Base AC of 15. However, dun 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 dun. Unlike regular half plate, right. You're allowed to add your dex. Yes. Yeah, your full dex mod. Yep. Instead of the +2 hard cap. Yep. And it doesn't impose. Man, you type quickly. And it doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth. Right. So, yes. Whew. And it has an innate +2 to AC and all saves. Wow. Okay. So, yes, including death saves. Wow. What does it look like? Very similar in color. Yep. That makes sense to your current stuff. Yep. But it's actual half plate and gold. Oh, gold trim. Very nice. Yep. Instead of the blue. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Excellent. So that's one thing that's in there, but I know there's more than that in there. What else is in there? Second item is the Amulet of Greater Health. Okay. That sounds good, seeing as none of you are clerics. Actually, you kind of are. You've got that healing aura. But a normal Amulet of Health sets your constitution to a total of 19. This one, sets it, sets it to, what the hell did I agree to? 23, okay. All right, 23 constitution, holy cow. And advantage on all con saves, holy cow. All right. And then there was something to do with the dragon as well, right? The third thing? Incorporating, yeah. The scales, yes, of the blue dragon into your blade, right. Good. Now lets you regenerate. Okay, holy cow. Oh, a spell slot. Okay. Yeah. In the same, right, as the same way as the Rod of the Pact Keeper does. That makes sense. But you have to take light damage. Right. Lightning damage to do it. Okay. Yeah, and you have to take the damage. You're also allowed to use a cantrip as an opportunity attack. Yes. Yep. Instead of normal. Wow. Holy cow. So, your sword kind of the armor you put on the armor, and as you do so, the scales incorporate into it. You can feel the patron in your head forming and shaping all of this about you and turning you into an absolute animal on the battlefield. It wasn't a royal pain to take out before. Yeah, you are now. Oh, we'll test all of this later on tonight. But as you start to put on your gear, is there anything you'd like to say out loud, or do you just start piling on your gear? Like Christmas morning, everybody in their own little corner. Oh, if they thought I was a bitch to take out before. As you're pulling on your greaves and your half plate armor. I love it. Thank you. That's magnificent. And yes, chat. OPAF. Zenda is going to kick some serious ass. Let's, because we were going to wait. Charlotte's going to wait until Eric comes back upstairs. So, Ario.
Okay, Ario would open his coffer and it would be all covered in roses because Ario has a team and
Yeah.
it's very on team. And the first thing he would take out is this huge shield, but it's like wood carved in rose petals.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And it's mechanically it's a spell guard shield, and it's a very rare item that requires attunement, and it gives him advantages and on all uh, on all saving throws against spells and magical effects.
Yep.
Yeah, and all the spells that he rolls comes with disadvantages. So it should help him in a fight. And he's like, I never used a shield before, but this looks pretty nice and it's pretty light.
Okay. And so that's one item. What else is in there?
Yeah, he would put it next to the coffer, the chest. The next thing he would pull out is it's made from dragon bones, and it's like a suit that it's all white, made from tiny shards of dragon bones.
Nice.
And it's like a three-piece suit, but made of
Yeah.
like jangling bones. And this would be his armor. It's kind of hard to wear, but it gives him a little disadvantage on stealth and things like that. But he's where was it? One moment, please. It's the blue Matter of Dragons scale mail plus 2, so it's a scale mail, and uh, his armor class is up to 18.
Nice.
And as we said, one he gets a smite. Like if an enemy manages to hit him,
Right.
he can hit them back with 1d10 plus 10 per spell slot burn. So it's kind of like smite, but with the abilities of Blood Dragon.
Right.
So this would be his new dicks.
Yeah.
And the last thing he gets, it's our he would call it our Rod of Lovers, but that's not what we all think. It's the Rod of the Oath Keeper for warlocks, and it kind of looks. It's from rare metals, and there is a pair of people in a loving embrace. Three pairs, all one the same gender and two of different genders, and he feels that it's a gift from his patron, and mechanically it would give him he would have a bonus to spell attack rolls and saving the saving throws that enemies do for his spells are at disadvantage, and once a day he can get back a warlock spell slot.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's his new items.
That's his new toy. So as you two of you are getting dressed now, Scarlet Eric comes back upstairs. He walks over and puts his hand on top of the chest and looks at you and grins, and he says, "Only you and your patron can open this chest." And he reaches down and clicks a button and opens the chest for you. And he grins.
I was shocked because Scarlet is shocked because he will be patron Eric, and she's shocked. And she look at this chest creepy inside, and she took her armor of elements and a crossbone. I forget name.
Yeah,
Galactic.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you reach for the things, you see Eric change. He's still himself, but his the clothes that he was wearing disappear. They were a projection. They were an illusion, and he stands before you dressed as the Emperor card. Full crown, long robes, and he reaches into the chest and says, "I thought perhaps you should start with a crown." And he pulls up the goblin crown that you guys took fights and fights and fights ago, and he's had it resized so it fits you. And he says, "If I may," and he reaches out to put it on you. You're muted. Do you let him put the crown on? We can't hear you. You're muted in Zoom.
Yes,
Okay.
and I have get towards him.
So you tilt your head forward. As he puts it on your head, you feel a tingle, like
Yes.
a little zzz, and he grins and he says, "That will allow you to command one subject once per day to do one thing." And then he reaches into the case and pulls out this stunning crossbow. It's all done in black wood, and it's all got like sort of silver veins in the wood. It's clearly magical. And he turns it so that you can see on the stock. There's three little sort of buttons that look like constellations, and he explains to you what they can do. He points to one, and he says, "This one can help you heal." And he points to the second one. "This one lights them on fire." And he points to the third one, and he says, "And if you press this, they won't be able to see you."
And Scarlet is still freezed magic emperor, and she take from his hand crossbow,
And then he
but she's still shocked.
Oh yeah, and he takes advantage of that freeze, and he reaches into the chest again, and he pulls out this armor that's sort of just hanging in the air in front of you because he's got tremendous powers, and it takes your form, and you can see it. It's as you look at it, it flickers between colors and it flickers between phases, and you can tell. He looks at you and he says, "Never again will you take full damage from those nasty elements." And you can see that it will protect you. It's resistant to all elemental damage. So fire, water, um, earth, and air. Any damage caused by those, you will be immune. Not immune to, resistant to. You'll only take half damage from those. And then he says, "And I've taken the liberty," and there's a blue dragon scale right in the middle of the chest plate of your armor. And he says, "When you are struck, if you choose to retaliate, that will shock them, shall we say?"
It's kinda Scarlet kinda grim hearing this, and she took armor and tried put on, but it's hard with full hands with this and crossbow.
Yep. And Eric helps you get all Because yeah, armor is a pain in the butt to put on, especially proper big armor. It's a lot of work, and it is at least two people. And D&D just kind of blows that off. But never mind. There's a reason why they had squires in the real world. But anyway, you managed to get your armors on, and Eric summons up some ghosts to serve you dinner before you go to bed for the evening.
That's why, yeah,
I
that's
say,
why. Sorry.
I said, you can't eat. I'm going to my room. You can't eat dinner. And Scarlet will go towards the room. Her.
And Eric will follow with 2 plates of food, one for you and one for him, which leaves the other. Let's do the other two at the dinner table, and then we'll cut to Scarlet in the chamber.
That's why Iroh chose his armor to be just a very heavy suit,
Yeah.
magical. So a 3-piece suit, so
Yeah.
it would be easier to put on and take off.
So Ario and Zedna, the two of you are being provided dinner for the evening. Anything you wanted to do, or
No, not
No?
really for
Okay.
Mario, just eating peace.
And Zedna, you're gonna be mostly to yourself. Fair. Yep.
Yeah.
Looking at the ledger. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Of your tower.
Yeah, just pleasant, friendly silence, I think.
Yep. That makes perfect sense. So Scarlet. This is we did the scene last week where you and Eric had your moment, um, right? And
Yeah.
that's what happens now, right? That's the scene you're doing now. Is that the
It's
intent?
similar
Yeah.
because now Scarlet is put her hands on desk and staring at skull of dragon and thinking about power she's seeking.
And Eric,
Eric
yeah.
will come to room.
And he walks over and looks at you and the skull, and he says, "It's almost a shame you already have a crown. That would fit quite nicely." And he's pointing to the skull.
How? I'm I will Scarlet will ask how will fit skull on my head. And she will look at Eric surprised.
And he shimmers again, and his crown disappears, and he reaches down and picks up the skull, and just sort of with the bit of his thumbs, he sort of breaks a little bit of the skull away and turns it into basically like almost like a baseball cap. So the skull of it's here, and then the beak kind of sticks out here.
And Scarlet will laugh and look at him and I think that she's fun with this hat.
And he looks in the mirror and kind of looks at you, and he says, "I'll admit it looks a bit silly. It needs a bit of work, don't you think? Maybe." And he starts. You can see he's sort of planning on what he wants to do to it to make it more impressive.
And Scarlet will try help him somehow.
And
Decorate or something. This car.
he starts making a lining, and the two of you are working together. And at some point, you put something down, and his hand sort of lands on top of your hand, and it just sort of stays there. And he looks over at you and smiles, and he says, "Can this wait till morning?"
Yes.
And because of the way that we operate on this channel, we will leave the two of you alone for the evening. The next morning at breakfast, the two of you, let's say Ario and Zedna arrive first, and breakfast, it's cold breakfast. It's just on the table. You just snack on what you want. But after a couple of minutes, Scarlet and Eric walk in, and there's a difference to Scarlet. It's not just the armor. It's not just the, everything new. It's not just that Eric's walking along beside her looking like the Emperor. She's mostly covered now, even more so than before. The bottom 2/3 of her face is all covered. She's pulled the hood down. There's just this little strip where you can see her eyes. And whereas before they were very sort of human, elven, sort of regular eyes, they are now clearly slod eyes, the same eyes as Eric has.
And Scarlet will just sit down to table and she don't even eat but play with forks on food
Yeah.
because she's covered.
And Arya would say, "Good day to you. I like your new style. It's very nice. From where I came from, everyone, no, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people could change their face or add an arm or something like that. So I'm happy here it's possible as well for you."
Scarlet will say, thanks, you know, new clothing is nice too. And she continue
Thank you very
play
much.
with food.
The three of you sitting around in your brand new clothes, like kids waiting
Arya
for
would
grandma to come
show
over
off
for the
his
visit, right?
shoes. Because all throughout the night he would make a special shoes from the baby dragon.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I took the skilled feat, so he's now a cobbler. He paints and he's good with skin tanning. So as an actor, he would have to do his own makeup, clothes, and things like that because no one was as good as him.
Well, of
So
course not.
that's what he spent
If you don't believe that,
most
just
of his
ask him.
night.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, as you finish up, those of you that are eating, or those of you that are playing with your food, just do your thing. But those of you that are eating, as you finish up your breakfast, that judder happens again. That change, you know it by now. You can feel it, sort of, and everything changes. And as you look out the windows, you're up on a little ridge. And down below you, here we go again. Yeah, exactly. Down below you, there's a valley that goes up to the other side. About 2/3 of the way down, there's a couple of small farmsteads. And on the other side, on the ridge, you can see the sun is starting to rise through the haze. Let's hope we've all got a hang of our new skills now, says Zedna. Yeah, fair enough. You can see in the distance a swirling of dust, a sort of staging area, if you will. And let's start with a roll. Let's everybody give me, I'll do this one for you. Where'd we go? There we are. Give me a perception
Scarlet,
checks, please. Yeah.
Scarlet will say, never moment of peace.
Nope. Not till this is done. That's for darn sure.
And she will sigh like, eh,
24. Okay, that yeah, you definitely saw it. Scarlet, you may have been distracted by Eric a little bit too much. You didn't see this. Ario, you're muted at the moment as well.
Gonna have to switch because the D&D Beyond roller is acting up again. One moment. Maybe it's rolled now. I'm gonna have to switch to roll a dice.
Okay. Well, I did a real quick roll for you.
It's 15.
15? Okay,
Total.
perfect. Yeah, in that case, yeah, the two of you, so that makes sense. Scarlet is distracted. Zedna and Ario, as you look out the window, you see all of this landscape that I described before. And in that turmoil of dust, you see what appears to be a deck of cards shuffling itself over and over and over again. And as you watch, it deals itself into 4 equal piles and waits.
Is Eric there?
Yep, everybody's there. Yep. Well, that's
So-
different. It says that's
Yes.
yeah.
Arya would turn to Eric and say, Mr. Emperor Chamberlain Eric Frog Prince, could you, since you are part of the tarot, could you explain what this is? He would ask nicely.
He looks out the window and sees the four piles, and he says, "Ah, minions, or oh yes, also called the minor arcana, I believe."
By way, Eric, when we asking about these cards, why you fight with us since you are my patron?
Why did they? Why does he what? Sorry.
Why
Why did he fight with us since
Oh.
he's Scarlet's patron?
He kind of grins at you and says, one of the other members of the, and he looks over out the window and looks back and says, higher arcana wanted you for their own. I had to show them that I wanted you more.
and she can't blush under scarf?
And he grins and he says, oh, I've got a surprise waiting for you with that. I think I'll keep it for now, though, if you don't mind. I'm popular, apparently. That's nice.
And Scarlet said whatever because she want notice surprise, but she try to act she don't care.
Yep. There's a reason. You'll see why you're not getting your fancy skull in a couple minutes. Well, maybe not a couple minutes. It'll be a while, but you'll figure it out. But yes. So he grins at you and nods and says, "It looks like the three of you had best finish your breakfast."
Scarlet, we just took her crossbone and she opened window and bonfire.
Gets
So-
ready to get ready to fire. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because
we're not gonna actually fire the first
Bec-
round yet. I want to know what each of you does to get ready. So yeah, Scarlet, you're gonna hang out the window and get ready to shoot them with a crossbow.
Yes,
Okay.
bonfires
With the
because
fires.
they are
Click.
because they are cards.
Yes,
so-
they are. Yep. Makes perfect
Fire
sense.
bats.
Mhm. Start by using one of your new spells. Okay. So this is what your plan is for the first round. You'll be able to change this once things happen. But yes. Then I'm gonna hold your bonus action. Okay. And Arya, what is your plan?
Arya would take his rose and ask Zedna, do you want it or should I keep it? Because last time I died, but it was kind of useful to you. I'm not really sure. And you are Madame General.
Said the response. I think I know what.
Yes.
It's ultimately up to you. Okay. Which way you go?
Okay, so please take it for now. I got this new shield. It should help keep me alive. So he would give his talisman to Zedna.
So that gives you basically an inspiration,
Yep.
right? Yeah, 1d6.
Yes, and a few different things if the rolls go bad or
Right.
a riposte of attack and a few other things.
Right.
And as for getting ready, he would say, the lovers kind of spoke to me in my dreams and teach me a few new spells. And he would start to cast a gate to the Feywild to summon a Fey mammoth.
Okay, Amanda.
As his spell, a mammoth covered in green
Okay.
moss and
Okay.
wildflowers.
find a mammoth.
Scarlet will look at Dario what he just summoned, but not questioning,
Yeah.
because she found at morning also new spells, but written in her book.
Yep. That's absolutely reasonable. Okay, let me get this over there. Okay, I got the mammoth card out now. Yay. All right, so you're preparing to summon a mammoth.
Yes.
And you guys are all ready for that. As you come to be prepared and come to get ready, the 4 piles of cards stand up and take up a formation. Across the front, you see the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of cups. They stand together and they start to, in a row, 3 meters apart. So you can't get between them. And they start to all communally cast a spell. And in front of them, a wall of water appears. Behind that, there are the next row that forms is the 2 through 10 of wands. And they each stand there bearing in their hands a wand with fiery thematic themes and red clothing, and they look through the water wall towards you. Behind that, there is a row of 2 to 10 of swords. These are simple. These are people with a sword and a shield ready to fight you. And even behind that, another group, more shadowy, more dark. They're sitting on the ground in a circle, chanting their magic. And as they do so, you see the ground between you and them start to vibrate and shake. So there's a continuous earth tremor going on between you and them. There's a wall of water, and then there's 4 rows of cards.
I still should, but maybe I change to healing arrows because this fire won't go through water.
You know, if you fire through the wall of water, anything fired loses half of its damage. So it only does half as much damage if you
So,
shoot through it.
bonfire.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys go first because they took entirely defensive
Yes.
rolls. So, but I'm still going to get initiative from all of you, and I'll roll for you
Definitely.
just so we know what order we're going in.
Oh,
Ooh.
I hope this is gonna work.
Scarlet rolled a 19. So you're going early. You did not roll well. Oh my goodness, for once. A 7. Okay.
It's rolling. I should have used the other thing.
Yeah, you added the tiebreaker, so 7.2. All good.
But,
No, that's perfect in this case. So they're going to be a 6. That's where we're putting the cards. 'cause they go after all of you.
Initiative was 1d20
Yep.
plus.
1d20 plus whatever your dex bonus is.
Okay. It's 9, so I'm
9?
very low.
Okay, no,
I'm
that's
very
okay. You're
focused
still
on,
this still works.
doing the mammoth.
So, perfect. Scarlet, you're first. You rear up with this crossbow. You've got all your choices to choose from. Let me bring this over here. So, there's the healing one doesn't work because there's nobody to heal, so you don't need that one yet. There's flames or rogue, which would make you invisible, but only for
Fire.
one. There's only one. That's only for one turn, and you can only do it 3 times. So if
Fire.
you want from this distance, you can still shoot. Okay, so you're shooting fire. All right. So here's the question: who are you shooting at?
To be honest, if I could, I would shoot to this gray cards, but
The
they
ones
are
way
too
in
far.
the ones way in the
Yeah.
back. Yep, you can reach them. We haven't worried about range this whole
Yes,
game. I'm not going to start now.
I
So
want.
okay, so you sort of the other thing I'm going to give you here is we're going to ignore the wall of water because you're going to shoot over it, And you're
Yes,
attacking
and
the pentacles
yes.
is actually what they are. All right. So pentacles
Yes.
is actually what they are. All right. So you get one attack. Here's a weird question. From number 2 to number 10, which one are you shooting at?
7.
Number 7. All right, that was easy. Wow. Okay. And 2d8. So yeah, you
I
track it, bang! It's easy. They're just sitting there in a circle, right? There's no challenge to. I mean, they're not at
yeah,
disadvantage to hit.
and I think also that red ones are fired, so they won't be hurted.
That's
I
yeah,
think
I get that.
gray best.
Okay, so your arrow comes down and thunk right into the neck, and you see them fold forward. And as they sit back, they kind of fall over. They're not dead by any stretch of the imagination, but you could see that they were all connected by this brown earth energy. And as he falls over, kind of as his butt leaves the ground, as he tips over sideways, he falls out of that loop. So he's not dead, but you see that the shimmering earth between you and them shimmers slightly less. So, in other words, if you can get rid of those guys at the back, the earth tremor will disappear. If you can get rid of the ones at the front, the water wall will disappear. But no matter which of those you get rid of, the wands are going to be attacking you from a distance, and the melee guys are going to try and close. The swords are going to try and close down and attack you face to face. So that's what you're up against. Scarlet, that was your first round. Ario, you're next.
Oh, so
Scarlet, you're
so
staying inside, right? You're staying inside the
Yes.
shooting out the window. Okay, perfect. Okay,
oh,
Ario.
that's surprising. I didn't think I'm gonna go so soon.
Yeah, well,
So
9 and 7 were you and Zedna, so
yeah, so I guess the mammoth goes on my turn to make it easier.
yep, yep.
So
You mutter, and a mammoth appears outside. Are you going
yeah,
outside?
I sing and the mammoth starts singing with me because his trumping is
Yeah.
very operatic because it's audio. Everything is operatic.
I love
And
it.
it's a huge elephant, but
Yep.
instead of hair, it's covered in moss and flowers.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
he would
Okay.
say, "Go forward, my new friend."
Okay.
And the mammoth would just try to run to them and use the trample attack on the
Who's it
water.
gonna try and on the water people? Okay.
Yeah, the water people at the
Okay.
front. Yeah.
All right. I got the mammoth over here. There's a sentence you don't get to say every day. Uh,
I can read out the trample attack
oh,
ability
I've got
if
it
you
here. I
want.
just need a
Yep. A moment to roll, no problem.
20 feet straight forward and hits it with a gore attack. Okay, so the gore attack is a plus 10 to hit. So go ahead, just roll me a d20.
Okay.
Oh, and specifically, um, which number are you attacking? From 2 to 10.
The 10.
Number 10? Okay.
The 20. I'm gonna roll it now. Go. It's 7.
Oof, okay, plus 10 is 17. So it does. Um, yep. And let's roll some damage here. 48 plus 7. Ooh, okay. I hope you don't mind, I rolled damage for you just because it's quicker for me to do it. Sure.
It's
Okay.
amazing. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, you see it doing that weird elephant run where it looks like they're taking really short
Yeah,
steps, but because they're so freaking big, they're actually doing, 50 kilometers an hour when they hit the water wall.
definitely.
It's like watching. It's like watching a kid at a water park. He just goes through the wall, just kind of makes a hole. It fills in after he goes through
Yeah,
because there's only one way to get rid of a water wall, and that's freeze parts of it, and then
definitely.
you can shatter them. But yeah, he goes right through that water everywhere. There's flowers and stuff blown off of him on the way by, but it does like 6 hit points. I'm not even going to worry about it. And then he slams into that first guy, doing a total of 27 points of damage. And you said that was number 10, right?
Yep,
So
that's right.
he just gores him up right on one of the horns. Then he steps back and yeah, they're rolling for garbage. Um, he falls back off the horn as your mammoth sort of starts to pivot to start to get ready for his next turn.
Yes.
And as the guy falls back, you see again that magic connection that connected them all. He falls out of it. So
Amazing.
it's slightly less powerful, this wall of water, than it was before.
Yeah, and that's my turn
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't have any quick
Because well,
actions,
you summoned it this time,
bonus
so next
actions.
time
Yes,
it can attack on your turn, and you could still do a thing. Zed now.
yes.
It appears that the rest of them want to fight this fight from the dinner table or from the breakfast table. That doesn't quite work with the way that you operate. So, what is your plan? First of all, I want to position myself. Yep. In such a so you're within 30 feet of both Ario. Okay. Yep. Easy. Yep. And his new friend. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Internet reconnect.
It's all good. You're back. It's all fixed. We're fine. Time to show your new strength. Higure. Am I pronouncing that right? Higure? I believe so. Sure, we'll go with that. It's the Japanese. If I got it wrong, somebody will correct me. They always do. Oh, Japanese word for twilight. Very cool. I did not know that. Twilight of the Gods. Yeah, because it was a gift to you from a god. I can be a team player now, more than usual. And with that, your bonus action. Yeah. Swing your sword and emit a pulse of energy. Enveloping the two of you. Oh, Ario and his heffalump. Yeah. Superior packed weapon feature. Yep. As a bonus action, you can boost your allies by the power of your invocations. Yes. Yep. For 1 minute. Okay. So 10 turns. That's going to be more than enough to get this done. Ario and his summon have a +2 to everything. Yeah, all their attack and damage rolls. Cool. Okay, we'll try to remember all the pluses, including your spells. Very nice. So, boom. Then you're going to use your action. Yeah, because that's a bonus action. Okay. Use your Mystic Arcanum. Yep. Crown of Stars. Yep. So they spin up around you. The stars appear around your head. For your 4-point red stars. Yep. You see it and the scars. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Around her eye. Yes. And they form a half halo around her. Yep. Around your head. And do you get to fire one this round? Yeah. Say to Scarlet, a word of advice. Last time you left the fight, Ario almost died. Ooh. Due to your negligence. Oh my goodness. Make sure not to repeat the same mistake again. Ooh. Scarlet gets called out. Or, dun 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 dun, you might not like the consequences. Oof.
Shots fired.
Scarlet, Scarlet will shrug her shoulders and say, whatever.
Scarlet is Scarlet. All right. Zedna, that's the end of your turn. Because you guys all stayed inside, yep, the cups. Yeah.
I will again shoot at this crossbow.
Yeah, we just gotta let these guys go first, so it's their turn now. And the only people that are going to be attacking from this distance are the wands. 1, 2, 3 of them at +1. Only one of those hit. So that's going to be that, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Okay. Because you guys are all inside, the 9 wand wielding mages all sort of lean back and at the same time firebolt cantrips. They fire them, all of them. You see 3 of them fire a single bolt. The other 7, the other 7 fire a bigger, more powerful bolt. So they're cantrips level, right?
I will activate the Dragon Skull because I want counter this fireball
Okay.
with
Yes,
with
and
this.
if they
The only one that
Thunder.
hits actually hits Ario, and it was a natural
if
20,
they
so I
shoot
don't have
at
to ask it.
Dario, it's a disadvantage because
Oh,
he's
okay.
no shield.
Oh, right, that's right. Hang on, let me do the
I
second
thought-
attack. 5,
I
yeah, okay.
I thought that I want counter with the Dragon Skull because I'm in window, so they technically can hit me with this fireball.
Ario had to look outside too, so but the thing is, there was only going to be one hit. It was going to be Ario, and because of his shield, at the last second,
the
thunk,
shield protect him.
yeah, the one little
100%.
flash of fire hits the shield and burns off. So
And
now,
he's like, I like this thing.
and now we're back around to Scarlet again. So, what are you doing?
I can crossbow
Yeah,
and
okay,
I can characterize guys behind.
okay,
And this time I want to shoot number 5
number
because
5. Okay,
in Mintala. So this could be again falling
absolutely.
like house of cards.
Makes perfect sense to me. Let's do this shot. 19, that hits. Ooh, 11 plus 2d8.
How much roll?
19. Holy cow. So yeah, you and let me do his. Yeah, you guys are amazing. So you pick number 5 this time. You fire that round and over everything else. It goes down. It sinks into him as well, right in the chest. It's a very similar thing. He falls back on fire. His chest is burning. And again, and yet another one falls out of that circle. So the tremors now outside are starting to drop to the point where it would still be disadvantageous to move across them at this point, but it's getting better the more of these guys that you kill. Ario. Your mammoth, I presume, just continues to try and gore his way down the line?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
And for his turn, Ario will go with the classic and just do Eldritch Blast.
Okay, I want to ask with the mammoth though, because you did knock one down. You instead of gore, you could do stomp, which
He
does
would
more
stomp.
damage.
He would try to finish him off.
To finish the same one. Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, is it okay if I roll those?
Yes,
Okay,
do
so
it because
I'll run your mammoth.
The D&D Beyond is failing me, and it's
No
hard to
worries.
put all of those into the roll of dice.
Okay, so yeah, your mammoth just starts stomping on the guy that was already down, doing even more damage. He's already out of the loop though, so you haven't gained any advantage as far as breaking down the water wall. But you yourself, who are you shooting at with
So
your
uh, he would
multiple
shoot
eldritch
at
blasts?
number 9,
Number 9,
and
okay.
I rolled with advantage. The first one was 2, the second one is 14.
Okay.
So 14 plus 9 from his
23, yep, that definitely
thing,
hits.
and plus 2 from Zedna's
Yep.
uh, Zedna's
The
support.
aura, yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So that is absolutely hits. So give me some
So
damage.
it hits, and damage would be 1 moment. I got to look it up.
I think you're 1d10 or
Where?
1d12 now.
Here it is. Okay, my keyboard almost fell down.
No
Uh,
problem.
yeah, so it would be spells 1d10 plus 4. Okay, 1d10 plus 4.
You're at level 14, so you get to shoot twice.
D10.
Your
So,
camera.
yeah.
Yep. That's
So the first one is 1, and the second one would be 10.
Okay.
So 5 and 15.
20 altogether. Okay.
So,
So again, easy to hit these guys. They're not moving, but that first the first and second Eldritch blasts hit the same guy twice. They knock him back, but he made his save, so he's still in the loop. So the wall has not started to fade anymore. You don't have any bonus actions, so Zedna.
yep.
It's
So
okay.
oh,
Eli.
hang on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my camera turned off
It's
for
okay.
1 minute. Sorry.
It's okay. It's stream Eli out because
There we
are
go.
you
I just fixed it.
afraid?
Yeah, it was.
I'm very sorry. It just turned
Don't worry
off
about it.
on its own.
We're just playing games. It's
Yeah.
fixed now, so it's no problem. That is correct. So, Zedna. Gonna step outside. Finally, somebody's gonna step outside. So there is earth tremor going on. So if you want to do anything more than just walking speed, you're gonna have to make a dex save for me. But for regular combat, you won't need to because it's already reduced slightly. Yep, dex save for me. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, still gonna have to roll it for me. It's just you're gonna get less. It's a lower DC because it's already been reduced slightly. 19. Yep, you walk across it like it's like this is not your first rave. The floor is doing this underneath you, but you're still moving. So regular action. Yep. Good old shadows. Yep. The shadows of Moyle pop up around you. Hello, darkness, my old friend. For your bonus action. Throw out one of the stars. Yep, absolutely. Who are you shooting? The group that's causing the tremors. Okay, so the one's way at the back. Two of those have been hit so far and been knocked out of the loop. Are you going to try and target a third one, or are you going to try and kill one of these? Because you guys have realized you don't actually have to kill them. You just have to knock down enough of them to break this wall. One of the active ones. Absolutely. So give me your rolls. – 31. Yeah, that hits. Yep. Yep. Definitely hits. How many bajillion points of damage is this going to be? Especially now, there's even more. 30 radiant. Okay. Gotta love having, yeah. 40, 12. Yeah. 7,
Which
40,
one?
12 bullets. Yeah.
Which number she attacked? I'm curious.
I went with number 10 just because. Okay. And the the bit is, I mean, you hit them so hard. They rolled really well on their Constitution save, but not well enough for that because they had to roll half the damage, and they didn't. So that is a third one out of the out of the 9 that is down. You can feel the shaking starting to slow down under your feet. Next is the cards. So you're the only one that's outside right now, Zedna. So the wands are going to target you. I'm going to do a bunch of weird rolling here. They're all at disadvantage because of your Shadows of Moil. So that's no hits from those guys. And then I got to do that twice more. Yeah, with their relatively low bonus, the only thing that's going to hit you is the 2 crits. So that would be. There's just a hail of little fire bolts just coming pounding down at you from all different angles and everything else. And 2 of them manage to get through. It does unadjusted before you reduce it by many, many things. 23 points is the raw damage of fire damage. And you haven't used blessing yet, so okay. So that's the full damage. Okay, so the whole 23 points of fire as you move forward. And you see now that there's somebody outside, the group of swords, the row of 10 people with swords is starting to move forward, like they're going to come and engage you soon. Scarlet, back to you.
If we be no water, I would send my skeletons towards these with swords. But
Okay.
I can't. But
Yeah.
I can't now because water would stop skeletons.
Yep.
So I shot. So I shot again. Now at number 6.
Okay. All right. Let's see how you do. Oh, yeah. 11 plus. 25 points. And another fail.
How much? Roulette.
So, you did a total of 25 points of damage with the 2 hits, or with the your hit plus the fire damage, which is enough. Again, you knock another one back, and this time the wall of water shudders and collapses to the ground, and when it hits and splashes, it disappears. So their defensive wall is gone. Yep. That's all of. I think that's everything you've got. Ario. Oh, as that wall of water. Sorry, I should have mentioned this. As the water hits the ground and disappears, so do that whole section of the cards. The ones damaged and undamaged, 2 to 10, all the cups just disappear.
So, seeing that Ario would step out of the tower and use one of his warlock spell slots and cast polymorph on himself.
Okay.
He will turn himself into another mammoth and attack the ones with
All right.
his other mammoth.
So the polymorph, that's your action, so you won't get to
Yeah.
attack this round, but
Yes.
there's a second mammoth. Your
Scarlet.
first one keeps going, I presume.
Scarlet. Scarlet, sing Arias Mammoth will just shock and blink for a moment, but do not comment.
Yes, but he would be all purple moss mammoth because the one he made was green,
Right.
covered in flowers, and he would be covered with purple flowers and purple moss, and that's his action for that round.
So, your mammoth, which I've kind of just taken over,
Yep, definitely
all the
a great
water,
thing for
all the
Fred.
water ones are gone, right? All the cups are gone. So he turns around. The closest thing to him is actually one of the swords, as they're marching forward, and he just reaches forward and with one vertical stomp just smashes the number 2 card to the ground, just and it stays
Yes,
down. What's your
amazing.
I'm going to give this
That's
to you guys now. Nobody's asked so far, but I'm going to give you this information. You can tell now the lower the number of the card, the weaker it is, and the easier it is, the less hit points it's got, and the less damage it does. So I'll give you that as just raw information.
Thank
So yes,
you.
now one of the swords is down as well. All the cups are gone. One of the swords is down, and 1, 2, 3 of the pentacles in the back of the tremors are down as well. Zedna. Zedna smash. Take a deep breath and tell the fool, I think I finally figured out the incantation I'm going to use for this new power. A long amount of typing? Okay. It's okay, we got time. We can read about 5 lines at a time, so we'll follow along. Ario can probably feel the level of power that's starting to emanate from the shadows, and Zedna starts to speak. The moment man devoured the fruit of knowledge. Ooh, we're going here. Okay. He sealed his fate, entrusting his future to the cards. Man clings to a dim hope. Yes, the Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Do not regret the choices you have made among the infinite possibilities of life. It is a path only you can walk. And the shadows are now gonna fly off at high speed. Zedna's gonna launch a dun 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 volley against the highest ranked. Okay. Sword. Okay. Love it. The number 10 sword. Okay. All right. Fire away. Yup. Absolutely hits. Do you want to roll all the hits first and then the damage, or do you want to do them hit damage, hit damage, hit damage? Because there's a bunch, right? If I'm remembering this correctly. Yeah, there's a bunch. 20 on the first. Okay. Well, we had 25 on the first. Oh, 25 on the second. Okay, so that's 2. Great Weapon Master, of course. Yep. 17 on the Booming Blade. Yep, that's a hit. Okay, 25. I'll do some math here. That's 30. New life drinker blade, yep. 26, 5, so that's another 30. That's 61, yep. On the second target, okay. I got you. I see what you're doing. All right. So, you just firing away, blasting massively. 23 more slashing. Yep. 10 thunder. Okay. That's that. 5 necrotic. And then fly back to your original position like nothing happened. You've also healed 15 damage. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay, so was all of that damage sent at the number 10 card? Or were you going to fire at 10 till they dropped and then... First was at number 10 and then... Oh, number 8, okay. The second was at number 9. Then the third was... I gotcha. Okay, I see what you did. Yep. You figured it out. Yep. And the dice have done exactly what the dice are doing. Yep. They still can't see you through the shadows. Yep. Well, what happens? So no opportunity attacks. Yeah. Well, it's beyond that because you have figured this out. Your strikes hit numbers 8, 9, and 10. Just bang, bang, bang. All three of them shudder, and as in particular number 10 falls out of line, it's like they break a connection, and then 9 tries to catch it. It's like watching climbers fall off a mountain. 10 falls, 9 tries to catch them. They failed too. 8 also fails. The three of them drop thunk, thunk, thunk like cards in the dirt. And 7 down to 3, because that's all there is left, break and run. Swords are all gone. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentacles left in the back that are now all but unprotected because standing in front of them, the only undamaged group is wands. That's all that's left.
Scarlet,
Yep.
think all Zetna doing. She getting bored with crossbow, and she want use for test her strongest far distance spell new she
Okay.
found in book.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Let me get you, because you got... Let's get to your spells. Now, you've got Crown of Stars, which Zedna has already used, but you also have something here. Let me make sure. Yep, range of 60 feet. You have a spell called Finger of Death. You send negative energy coursing through a creature that you can see, causing it searing pain. They have to make a con save or take 7d8 plus 30 necrotic
This
damage.
one,
Yeah.
I want to use.
And will you want to fire it at the biggest, baddest...
Yes.
What? The biggest, baddest wand, maybe? The highest?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How does their con save look? Nope. 7d8. Holy cow. 68 plus 1, 78. That's 41. 71 points of damage. Oh, they had 70. It's... You just point and mutter some nasty, dark magic words, and you can feel the life force just getting sucked out of them. They don't get a save. They don't make a constitution save to see if they're focused on their spell. They just explode like a card that had a firecracker in it. It's just... and they're gone. The rest of the wands start to back up and look worried. In fact, at this point, just because of the order, Ario, you and your mammoth, I'm presuming we're going to go into narrative mode here pretty much because you guys have all but got this. The only standing
Okay,
force
no
remaining
problem.
is the wands. So I'm assuming the two of you just parallel
Yes.
charge them. You
Mammoth
crash
tag
into.
team.
It's like hitting the line of mages, right? I mean, these guys were all literally sitting at the
Yes.
back with wands going bang, bang, bang. So I'm not going to make you guys roll this out. Zedna, you step forward and you're just going to step forward and just wade in, and just start knocking down everything that's left standing. I presume, in true Zedna form.
When
Oh, not so
Aryo
much. Okay.
and
Yeah.
Setna is doing, Scarlet
Fly
will
in.
be hungry and took something from the kitchen and back to her room. Eat.
Good. So you're going to leave again. Okay. But the difference is, Scarlet, this time before you walk away, this fight is over. That last one wasn't. So that's fair. This would be a reasonable time. Their life choices. Yeah, well, they didn't really have any because they're just kind of cards.
Yeah.
But
It just
Scarlet, you can
summons.
see it. There's by the time you turn to leave, it is truly over. There's just this shadow swooping around and just taking out a card every time it gets close to the ground. There's two mammoths crushing things underfoot. It's a matter of seconds before the last of them are gone.
And Arya will just drop the polymorph and go
Like
back
I
into
said,
the tower.
Scarlet took some food from
Yep.
kitchen
And
because
just
she's
went to bed.
hungry from not eating
Yep.
breakfast.
Because you didn't have breakfast. Yep. Nice callback. I
and
like
to
that.
her and to her room. She
Yep.
went back.
Perfect. In that case, you don't see what happens next. Because this time it's different. The three of you do feel that surge where you get your energy back, so you're all going to get the benefits of a long rest before we do this next fight. But this time, the ground doesn't change. You're still on this hollowed valley with the two farmsteads down in front of you. And as the cards die, they disappear. They just sort of blow away into dust. But this time, it's different. You can tell. This isn't done. And in the distance, the two of you can see a tower. Almost exactly the same as your tower, Zedna, just sort of ripple in out of the mist. And you can feel the magic in the air. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, yes, but couldn't you have been a little more original with the look?
Scarlet will have a little dot behind her head, but she will not say it aloud.
Okay.
She think like, what if we are in some sort of loop and this tower seconds we filed these trials, but she will not say, and she said,
Yep, as you're looking out the window of
it's
your room,
silly,
yep.
and it's silly idea, and she went back to her room.
Ario, what do you respond to that, seeing this almost identical tower?
Arya would just shrug.
Shrug.
If the first time in a long time, I don't know what to say, he would say.
And Ario, in your head, you hear the lovers. Zedna, in your head, you hear the fool. And Scarlet, in your room, you hear Eric the Emperor. And all of them say at the same time, the moment of truth is upon us. Next, we fight ourselves. And dum dum dum. Yeah.
And Scarlet will be freeze that weird moment. Like, what if this is some sort of loop or something, and not
It's
silly
not quite a loop.
idea?
Yeah. I'm gonna give the players a little teaser. Next fight, yeah, well, shit, indeed. Next fight, you're going to be fighting slightly different versions of yourselves.
Oh, I cannot wait
It's going to
to
be
see
my
what you
take on
do.
Zed on Kalina's uh, uh, subclasses. I'm going to do the same three subclasses you guys did, but I'm going to do them differently because the owner of the deck is different. But now, today you've seen your true enemy. It's another version of a tarot deck. It's not yours. That's why I used the Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles, because they're sort of a different deck. There is a very specific tarot deck that you're going to see over the next week and a bit. So my take on your take on the tarot is coming up.
I can't wait to see Scarlet.
The alternate Scarlet. Oh
Yeah.
boy, I'm gonna have so
The
much fun over the next week.
alternate Scarlet will be an angel, like Warrior Princess.
So, to make this easier on me, we're going to stay at level 14 for that fight.
Yeah.
That way, I only have to build 3 level 14 characters and run them next week. And then we will
Amazing.
take it from there. But while I'm on the topic of next week, we have next week and one more to go. We've got 2 weeks left after tonight. So, we will wrap this all up and we will find out who was the best tarot of them all.
Zedna.
Oh, I meant which deck.
Yeah.
The deck that you guys are based on, or the deck that you're gonna fight.
I'm more curious about Scarlet because Sedna is easy to predict. And
Oh, you
super
think so?
OP, but
No, Kevin is a wily sort.
Uh,
I am sure you got some
I'm
clever
going to-
ideas.
I'm
I
going to
am
play.
happy to
I've got
see
some.
what you
I've got
came
some
up with.
ideas already, but I'm going to play. And yes,
Yeah.
you will be. It's a matter of personal pride. You will be identifiable, but very different in at least one significant way. So, we'll do that next time. But until then,
Sounds very fun. Thank you for
until
today,
then, I want to
Kevin.
thank all of my players tonight. Again, they're halfway around the flippin' world. It's just getting dark here. It's damn near getting light where 2 of you are. So thank
Yeah.
you very, very much to Brilchan, and thank you very, very much to Janet for staying up until until tomorrow sometime. And thank you also to Kalina for staying up damn near as late because you're between me and them, but you're still a hell of a ways in the future. And I want to say it, I say it every week, it's because I mean it every week. The thought of 3 people staying up late to play a game with me goes straight to my heart. And it just makes me feel so good, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile here. So if you want to join that
Because you
worthwhile
are.
thing, please, as Kara's pointed out, join our Discord. It is the internet can be a really toxic place, and our Discord is one place where it ain't. That's simply not allowed there. So come and join us. Be sweet, be wonderful, be nice. Come and play with us if you want to. But thank you specifically, Brill. Thank you specifically, Kalina. And thank you specifically, Janet. Thank you to chat for watching with us tonight. Thank you to anybody who's watching the VOD in the future. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the buttons at the bottom. You watched all the way to here. Please hit a couple clicks. Do the free ones. Just do the free ones. And just to keep the references going, yeah. I am a shadow, the true self. Yes.
Yeah. And thank you, Kevin, for coming up with those clever ideas. The whole system of the minor tarots getting weaker and weaker. It was very fun, very clever. And thank you to Janet, and thank you to Kalina for making the class, and for Janet
Thank you.
for your clever ideas. And
It was a load. I had 2 pages today to get me through. So that's 3 times 4 times as much as I usually do.
It was a very interesting idea. I like
I'm glad you
it.
enjoyed
I
it.
want to call it
I
out.
want thank you that you still can't be surprised about story. Like, for example, I asked why Emperor attack us and his patron.
Yep.
Yeah, it was surprising. I would never think of Eric being the Emperor card.
Well,
It
here's
was
a view behind the screen. He wasn't until sometime in this
yes.
last week, right? So, any of the GMs out there, any wannabe GMs out there, trust your creativity. Just let it out. You can do this. It's not difficult. Even I can do it. So just go play the game. But on that note, until next time, let's face it. The world right now is a I swear it's an 18 plus channel. We haven't sworn all night. I get one free. The world's a fucking mess right now. So stick to your friends. Stick to the people that you see in the world that need help. And if you have the energy, help them. And please, until next time, be nice to each other.
Good night.
Bye.